just love fire no matter what, Mom.
Yeah. It's a little close though.
Oh.
Cardboard's falling out a little bit.
You're crazy, dude.
What are you thinking? It's hot out here.
It's hot out here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Got some ash on you.
Hey guys, welcome back to Doss Acres.
Smell that? It's fresh guinea poo.
Oh my gosh.
The bird's been hanging out over here. I don't know what happened, but I put the roof on the coop, and all of a sudden the birds just magically came out. Did you know anything about that?
No, I didn't put any food in their house whatsoever. It wasn't me. I wouldn't do such a thing.
Yeah, Shannon came out this morning. Hey, I'm Kyle, by the way. This is Shannon. Welcome back to Doss Acres, guys. In our last video, we just had an amazing event. We got to meet so many of you guys down at Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, and it was overwhelmingly awesome. And I can't even put it into short words, so I'm not gonna try, but we did have to rest.
Oh my
yesterday.
gosh.
Shannon and I both,
Okay, let's move.
we're doing Monday morning chores, and so I'm burning the cardboard. That's what you do on Monday mornings, right?
That's what you do.
You're going in the direction that they're going, so they're just gonna stay with you.
I don't know where to go.
On the other side of it. This guy loves the fire, even if it's sunny and hot out. And he likes to catch ash out of
Bruno,
there.
man.
What? I was born by a fire pit, Mom. He's got a point.
I know.
Man, I tell you what, guys, meeting a lot of the folks that we got to meet and talking to them and kind of making some of this more of a reality as to why we do it, and we do it for you. There were so many different people from different walks of life, different ages, different stages of life, but when we came together, it was just about fellowship. It was about getting together, and we all enjoy what we're seeing. I didn't realize that Lowrider had so many fans. They just love Lowrider.
Speaking of,
That's this boy right here. The heat's gonna distort his beauty just a little bit, but they know their food's waiting for them. So we're gonna get up there here in just a second, but we just wanted to mention again, for those of you who came, a lot of you have checked in, let us know you're home. Thank you so much. We took a rest day yesterday. We were exhausted after that in the best way possible, and I think now we're recovered.
I think so. I think so.
But I woke up this morning and I thought, what a life. It's Monday morning, and for the first time, it's been 3 years, give or take, now that we've been doing this, but it's different than what most people think when they wake up on Monday morning or go to bed on Sunday evening thinking, oh, tomorrow's Monday.
Yeah.
No, for us, I got to do a lot of maintenance stuff. We got to catch up on some things. We got to cuddle with some animals and whatnot, but it's a good day. We're going to get to it.
That looks like the sign of a lost guinea.
Yeah, that is definitely more than a guinea fight feather pool. That had to be done at night when they're not able to run away and be quick. But we did. We got a count last night of them, the guineas, before they were roosting. Some of them were already up in the trees, and I think we counted 26.
I counted 26 multiple times.
I did too. I got 26 twice, I think, 25 once, but 26 is what I got. So we'll have to try again tonight and see. That's not a good sign.
That's not a good sign.
And we don't know where their current active nest is. And typically typically the nest is what draws the raccoons, possums, rat snakes, and all that stuff out. But we're gonna have to watch today. I think they lay in the afternoon, early afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was doing really good with this nest over here, and the last 2 dozen I collected, I don't know if I just collected too many at once or if they didn't like to see me collecting their eggs. I don't know.
Or Bruno.
But they're not laying over there anymore. Well, just push him out of the way.
There's a lowrider there, Beans. Hey, there's a new thing that happens when we come to feed.
What?
We get a trail. Gray, I was talking to somebody at the meetup, and she has guineas. She's had guineas, and she has been commenting and messaging us, and I haven't seen all of them, but she straightened me out on some of what we think are gray versus lavender versus purple. And I had to apologize to her and say, I'm sorry, but gray is gonna be gray.
Gray's always gonna be gray.
I believe she
That's all
said
there is to
he's
it.
a lavender, is that right? And then who we are calling lavenders, the Lorettas, those are actually purples. And then the pearls are all the others that we have. And I said, but we can't change Gray's name.
Well, and the lavenders are Loretta, so they're lavender Loretta. So Sorry, it's not changing.
Not trying to be defiant, it's just we're not gonna be able to break that habit. I can't change
We've
their
been
names.
calling them the same names for 3 years now, so that's not changing. Although, we got to get inside.
Bean Man, nope, head's too big. Head's too big. We're not doing that. We're coming in. I tell you what, why don't you let me have his and you take Slow Riders.
He's pushing him out of the way. Like,
Bruno Man, you gonna guard the gate, buddy? Make sure nobody else comes in. All right, Beans, now don't get too riled up here. Well, you gotta back up. You gotta back up, come on.
come on, lowrider. Come on. So I did come out this morning and spend some time with the chickens and the guineas and giving them worms and stuff. And I'm gonna start trying to get the chickens to come over to me. I'm gonna spend more time with them, but we'll see how they actually do. So I had some of them eating out of my hand this morning, but they're still pretty finicky or just not real trusting just
They're
yet.
just a bunch of chickens about everything.
They're just a bunch of chickens.
I get it now. Come over here, buddy. He came to my bucket first and he's like, I know where to go. Beans got you wet on the back of your head, didn't he? You know what I can tell? We got some longhorn growth. You guys see this? This guy's my beautiful longhorn steer. I know it's hard to tell, but I'll remind you. He's a good boy. He's getting so big.
He really is.
He's just so excited about his food. He's like, yeah, I don't care what you do to me. They're so excited, even though you gave him grain, or bird feed anyway.
Not only did I give him food, I gave him wormies too. I have it on camera, like they came running and flocking to me whenever I got the worms out.
All right, guys, well, I guess you're not gonna eat any ticks today. Thanks.
You know, I was trying to tell people a big topic of conversation at the meetup was lowrider's mean mug.
Yeah.
And I kept telling people, I was like, he has a mean mug if you look at him straight on. But you just gotta move to the side a little bit and you get to see his cute little face.
Yeah, he carries his angry mean mug forehead down over his eyes, so you gotta creep in there a little bit, and then he's got these sweet little eyes, and he's like, hey, it's just a facade. Well, that and, you know, he is a low rider, so he's not the most intimidating. Birds, Loretta. All right, just eat your, be good. He's not the most intimidating by physical stature, but that face says it all. So when I say it's a maintenance Monday, Loretta, honey, I'm gonna replace you with chickens. Yep, all chickens. They don't do this. Stinker. See this out here? I don't know if the camera's gonna capture it well enough, but some of that stuff back in there, it's about 2 feet tall, maybe a little bit more, down to about 5-6 inches. And I really cannot just run over that with my mower. I have, and I replaced the blades a lot. But there are a lot of rocks that are taller than what I would set my mower deck to, and even if I kept it up.
I think somebody's telling us to start a fire today.
That guy. I was trying to save that, buddy. So yeah, I want to maintain this because I don't want to tempt these guys. You see the line? There's an obvious line. This is their pasture. This is tempting them. So I want to kind of try to keep it maintained so that they're not sitting there wondering like, hey, you think we can go through this fence? Bruno Man, I'm just taking it down to the fire we already got going down there. Don't worry about me. I'm going to hit you later. Have a good time.
What
Bye.
are you doing, man?
Taking to my fire over here. Got a cardboard fire going, Mom. Just where it goes. He's our trash collector. And then he's going to tear it up and make a bigger mess.
Yep, that's exactly what he's gonna do.
You stinker. So one thing you need to know before you go and try to build a hobby farm or a homestead or just get some land and do a little bit of fun, if you clear it and it grows, you got to maintain it. And if you don't, then you're inviting all the insects, all the things that we fight, and even predators to some extent. They can hide in that and they can come a little bit closer to our animals, But you got to stay on top of it so that everybody stays safe. Nobody gets too tempted to go through their fence to get on the other side to the grass that's greener on the other side. My goats want to really bad. And they're going to very soon, maybe today. Shannon will let me.
Whatever you want to do.
Whatever I want to do. Cool.
So we were at Kyle's parents yesterday, and we were just kind of reflecting with them on the whole event. And I just have to say, it was overwhelming how many of you guys came out to see us and to spend your time with us and just hang out with us. I mean, we don't feel like anything special. We're just normal people.
We're not anything special. We are normal people. These guys think we're special.
We're not anything special. And so the fact that you guys made the trip and drove, some of you drove hours and hours, some were local, but golly, just reflecting on that yesterday and talking within each other and telling stories, it was a very overwhelming but humbling experience at the same time, because we're just so appreciative of all of you guys that watch us. And like Kyle said earlier, it's because of you that we do what we do. I mean, we would be out here doing this anyway, but we're filming it because you guys want to watch it. And the fact that you guys actually want to see what we're doing, it really does mean a lot to us. I know it sounds so silly.
I'm only filming it because I want to see it. I like to go back myself. I was looking at an old reel last night of Spruce and Dad. Spruce was little and he was on the spool, and Dad got down and they were headbutting each other, and I was like,
remember that.
I would not recommend doing that now. Not really, but it's very fun. And a lot of the stories that were brought up were like some stuff that I had forgotten about. And they're like, hey, do you remember when you did it and did it? I was like, you remember that? Yeah, so there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, quite literally, that have gone into this place. And it really just kind of helped open our eyes after a day of rest. And we're very excited about it. We love it. Love what we do. And this time of year, it's so rewarding.
Yeah.
B-Man, are you wanting to see your Herc man? Morning, Hercules. Hi, buddy.
Good morning, Luigi. Can you come over and see Bruno too?
This has been a new part of his routine.
Bruno just took the stick Herc had.
Keep your paws off me, you dirty foot.
You are so silly.
Oh, those ear scratches are the best. I know. I know it. He's so excited. He's so happy. Mom, protecting from this Bruno guy. He's got his mohawk up over here.
Does he?
Yeah, he's telling Bruno to back off.
Herc, there is just fur flying everywhere, man.
You are definitely shedding.
Good morning. Well, how close do you need to be? Little Mario. Koopa. Mama, how you doing, babe girl? Just chilling. There goes Harry. Well, is it a party in the nursery this morning or what? Hi, Daisy. Did you feel like you need to lean in over here and get some attention? You're silly. You're silly. Hi, I know. Hi. Do you need to be that close to my face? I don't think you need to be that close to my face. Duke, does your face itch? You need some scratches. Earl man. Bluesy, how are you this morning? You are getting very close today. I feel like you're being pretty needy today. You just need a lot of attention today. Sprucers, how you doing today?
Hungry.
Oh, as usual.
Starving. I haven't eaten in days.
Oh, baloney.
Nobody cares about me.
Baloney.
Nobody talks to me. Nobody wants to hang out with me or nothing because I'm the sweetest guy in the whole pen. Where my food?
You gotta force him to hang out.
I know.
Dang, that's 2 heavy goats right there.
We just need an extra attention today.
Yeah, he got a little extra attention last night. In fact, I was scratching his butt and he was up on the haircut and he just started leaning off the haircut. So I'm sitting there with both hands holding him. I was like, dude, you gotta go the other direction. So you gotta get him on the other side and then he comes over here.
That's funny.
He just likes him attention. Wiggly butt.
What'd you find in here, Bruno? What are you barking at, huh? What's in here? I really don't want you going in there and finding any snakes or anything. What is it, Bruno? Why don't you stay out of there, okay? This is one of those areas that I've been wanting to get cleaned up. We just haven't really known what to do with all this stuff. So that's part of the spring cleaning. I'm worried about snakes and whatever else might be in there that can get a hold of Bruno.
We're noisy today. Thunder.
Everybody's talking this morning.
All right, you guys ready to get going? Oh, I'm sorry, Blue. I'm sorry, man. Come on, Blue and babies. You know where to go. You know which scoop is yours, don't you? Come on. Come on. You taught them all this, mister.
Watch out!
Mama and boys. Goodness, I felt that one. Don't do it, Larry. Don't do it, Larry. Hey, you.
The gate's not shut.
Hey, 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 hey. Goodness. You guys all hangry or something this morning? We did feed them last night like we always
I
do.
know.
I think it's just this warmer weather and the sunshine.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, they want to
Bruisers?
get out and help me mow. What are you doing? What are you doing to that nose of yours, man? Anybody ever seen that before? Anybody that's had goats?
Look at his nose.
They're just like little chips or something. What is it,
Like
buddy?
white spots. I thought it was scars from getting into it with Luigi or something.
What you got, buddy? I know it.
Okay.
I'm gonna look that up. I thought it was like little bald spots as well from fighting with these guys and stuff, but
More of them are kind of showing up.
yeah, they're not really changing. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Come on, Weege. Spruce and Weege.
Oh my goodness.
Goodness gracious. Now don't. Hey, let me get this poop out of your feeder. You're welcome. I think that was thanks in Goatlish.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Larry, come on, man. What's up with this habit of yours now? You guys think you don't get your own? Weege man, Spruce man, come on, Larry and Harry. Let's go, boys.
Things are finally starting to dry out in here a little
yeah.
bit.
It's fantastic. And I think we got rain coming tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah, but not too much.
That's okay.
I think you got something in your teeth.
So you guys know we've been a little busy lately. I have yet to source another round bale, but They are still working on that. This is the center of the bale right here. It's still wound very tight. You really can't even reach in there and pull it out to spread it out, which is fine. They'll come in, get down on their front knees and just bury their face in it and go to town. But I mentioned in our last video, I went to the feed store and got some square bales because we had so much rain. That was all wet. They were acting like they really needed some hay, and it served its purpose. I have loaded these up the last couple days. In fact, last night, I mean, this one was full up to here. So I'm glad we did that. The gentleman that I sourced the last 2 round bales from, he got hit up by somebody that just bought him out, everything. And he did mention that he keeps some back for himself because he still runs some Angus. And he did say, he's like, hey man, let me know if you need a couple more. I'll have some, and then I'll be cutting again. That should be ready like June, July. And he said, you're on my list, I'll hit you up, which is awesome. So I want to try to keep that because I saw the field that he hayed fescue. I mean, 32 to 38, I can't remember, acres of just fescue. And he sprays it for broadleaf. They used to grow clover in it whenever he ran cattle on it, but now he just hays it. And that's what we got. And this stuff is like the cleanest fescue I've ever seen, honestly. And the goats love it. In fact, when I put the new hay in that I brought from the feed store, Spruce went over and said, nope, I'm gonna keep working on this round bale, and everybody else had to eat around the feeders. So they're good. It's hard, I gotta admit, when I've got all this greenery out here, I just wanna let them out for hours. But it is a bit of a task, and you know, they do stick around. They stay close, they've been good. All of these guys have been out, even the babies last year, they got to get out when they were little tykes. And this guy will help protect him. The new factor this year is that boy right there. I had to put him up last year each time, just because he was too young, too small. And I didn't trust him not to be silly, rambunctious with the goats. And I know he's still gonna be, but I think with Herc out, now you got Modus over here, there's grass in my eyeballs. But with Herc out, I think our biggest offenders will be that guy, Miss Mama, and Spruce Loose. They won't put up with any shenanigans from the Broon Man. And this guy, Mr. Koopa, the older he gets, he's really moving up the chain. So, you know, Bruno is definitely quick enough, smart enough. Goodness.
Golly.
And well equipped to get away from these guys or defend himself if he needed to. But I don't think it would come to that. There is going to be, however, that initial phase. Just like when we brought Lowrider here, put him in with Beans. I mean, they just knocked the snot out of each other for a few minutes. And that's just natural, that's what they do. So is Bruno gonna take a shot from some horns?
Maybe.
It's a good possibility, yeah. We're not setting him up. I'm not, you know, oh, don't let him get hurt. He's a farm dog. He's a farm dog. These are farm animals, kinda. They're pets, but they're farm animals. You catch my drift. And they are all very capable. But really, he's the only one that will like actually stand up to Hercules. It never goes well for him. It's actually a mistake on his part, but he thinks he's king goat. Nobody else is quite like that. They all run from him. And Ouija, when Herc makes his point, will, but he's just a little stubborn. I think he learned from his big bro, Mario, who was intact, that he didn't back down from Hercules. Sometimes though, buddy, you just gotta do it. You gotta trust that Herc's doing a job. Miss Bluesy just runs from him. She don't fight back. Well, it's 'cause I'm a lady. Freeze. That a girl. They're a bunch of good goats, but I really want to get them out. I love that they can forage on our land. It's good for them too. It kind of builds their immune system. They get used to what we grow out here, and that's all they really know. Only a few of them have been somewhere other than Doss Acres their entire life. But most of them were born here. That's all we know, huh? Makes it a little bit easier to deworm, easier to find out what minerals they need. Yeah, but I have been watching, ever since Chad mentioned about getting goats, I've been watching some videos of before goats, and they show this thick forest, like what we've got out here. And then they show, you know, time lapse of these goats just going to town, and they're like after goats. And I want to do that. I want to find a...
Ow! I just got smacked by Mama right on the knee.
I'm sorry, you got to make the noises. Sorry.
She got me good on that one.
I didn't see her coming. You're
She's
standing
not
by the hay
one that
bucket.
usually does that.
Yeah, sometimes I don't think she knows how wide she is, even though she's short. I don't know. You're not getting dog food today, Hair Bear. Not happening. So yeah, I don't know. We've talked about we want to give them a big area out there that we could leave them in for hours a day and then bring them back in here. Because they're grain trained, they will follow the grain. And let them sleep in here, hang out, you know, what they're used to. I'm sorry, buddy, you ready to come out? Kind of depressing in here, Dad. I know, bub. You're free. That's a good boy. Tell me thank you for your food. What are we gonna get? We're gonna get front end or back end that's gonna let me know. That's a good boy. So we may start with smaller areas just to kind of get a good idea of how fast they can do what they can do. Because Goatville, I can't remember time of year that we put them in here, but it took no time. And it wasn't even, we didn't have 11 goats yet before this was already cleaned up pretty much and they stayed on top of it. It would have been, golly, probably only 6 of them. And 2 of those 6 were Larry and Harry, so they were really little. But they could use a little more land than that, and I could use a little more help clearing, and they could, you know, pull their weight, because we feed them. They cost me money, so they need to pull their weight. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that differently. Goats for hire. I didn't tell him, you're welcome, did I? He had to come to you and say thank you.
You're welcome for your food. I sure wish you'd let me brush you.
Not happening.
Nope, not happening.
I just give him a little deep tissue massage and leave behind a white halo of fur. It's good for him.
So sweet. I'm kind of starting to think all that stuff that you're sweeping off, I need to start coming in with a shovel because I've been just sweeping it to a pile right here and actually putting it in the compost pile.
I support that.
All right.
Because you said you were going to do it?
Yeah, it's not like I want to do it, but I think it's the necessary thing because these goaties, whew.
Wonder if you could get the shop vac and one of our Jackery battery backup things, plug it in and just...
I don't know. I hadn't thought about that.
You have to wear a mask though, because it's going to exhaust everything it's sucking in out the backside.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of poo.
And honestly, I just swept, I mean, we sweep this pretty much every day.
Yeah, I sweep it every time I come down here.
Yeah, so that's one day's production.
It's one night's production.
I think you could fill your entire raised garden beds, all of them, with just goat poop.
Well, I don't want to do that.
Well, I know, I'm just using that as a reference to tell you, like, there's no rush, there's no shortage, they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna start adding it to the compost pile once we decide on a location for the compost pile.
Yeah, we've got 2.5 out there somewhere. Got
2.5
one over
what?
here,
Oh.
we got one over there, we got the one up there that we cleaned out of the steer pen. Like, we just kind of make them on accident with all of our straw and everything.
Yeah, but I want like a designated
I
spot,
know.
I think.
I'm down, you let me know and I'll get it there.
So I've had a lot of questions about the garden expansion and just the garden in general. And I am hoping in the next couple of weeks to get all of my plants in the beds. As you can see, there's a lot of weeds in here. And I ordered some of that vinegar. It's 50% vinegar. I'm gonna mix it with salt and Dawn dish soap.
Which, just for reference, regular old vinegar that most people have is what, 4 or
5%, I think. And so
Yeah.
this is super potent. So I'm really hoping that it's a safe alternative to kill all the weeds in here in my garden and not affect my garden. And I'm really excited to get some things planted. I'm ready, but we have rain coming up. I'm just trying to watch it and make sure my plants don't get drowned, basically.
Well, and if you guys know, if any of you have done it, do we leave this stuff as tall as it is and then go ahead and hit it with that vinegar mixture? I think it's like, what, a gallon of vinegar, a cup of salt, and a little bit of dishwasher or Dawn dish soap,
Yeah.
which is kind of what helps it hold to the plant.
Yeah. I've kind of been wondering that too. I don't know if I should weed eat it and then spray it, or just go ahead and spray it as it is now. I don't know.
So let's start with it tall. So if you guys can comment, tell us if that's a bad idea, but I'm afraid if I weed eat it, I'm gonna throw a ton of stuff in your garden beds, and then
I'm
we're
worried
gonna
about that too.
Yeah, so maybe do one round of that. We know a friend that used 30%. She said it was pretty successful, but we opted to go up a little bit.
We have like super strong weeds out here.
This is unnatural stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's natural stuff, but it takes over. I mean, you can see back there, holy cow, back where we were clearing to push the garden back, that's how much it's grown just in that time, because it was pretty much not growing when we were cutting that down.
Oh yeah, it was all just dirt back there.
Now, have you gone back there to see if the birds are laying in that nest again?
I have a couple times, but once they abandon a nest, they're done with it. They
Yeah.
pick a new spot.
Yeah, and I had found that one behind the guinea coop that they were starting, and it had the little bald spot, you know, and they make a little bowl, but I had to mow it down while we were working on that roof because I didn't want all the ticks and everything.
I get it.
Oops.
I understand.
So today I can hear him. I can hear him off that direction. Might be hunting some guinea egg
We
nests.
might need to send Bruno out with his harness and GoPro on it and see if he can find them for us.
I told him last night. In fact, he's over there kind of snooping around right now. I told him last night, I said, buddy, you find me a nest and I'll give you 2 raw eggs. And he said, deal. But he hasn't found it yet.
Wow.
I know, 2 of them.
All right. Yeah, we're at that point of the year where there's a lot of maintenance and it's time to get the mower and weed eater out.
It's joyful maintenance. It's instant gratification. It's one thing. It's not like building that guinea coop that sits there forever without a roof and everybody busts my chops about it. Mowing, I can do it, and then man, when the evening sun hits and it's setting back there, it is just the most rewarding.
So pretty.
Like, it reminds me why we have 20 acres.
Even this area over here, when
Yeah.
the sun hits it, it's so pretty.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Gosh, guys, I have to talk about this. There was a black walnut tree right here
Oh, yeah.
that Kyle cut down for me. And I 100% believe that whatever toxins it puts out or whatever so that plants can't grow underneath it, I 100% believe that that's truth, because this is the first time that I've ever had this many irises blooming over here. And it was kind of shadowed by the black walnut.
It was. No,
So-
you're exactly right.
You know what that means? I really hope that my tomatoes do better this year, because my tomatoes were kind of shaded by the black walnut.
Tomatoes
So,
were a little rough.
tomatoes, zucchini.
Your zucchinis did okay. Squash didn't stand a chance.
Didn't do good.
So I think this year they're gonna get so much more sunlight,
Yeah.
and they're not gonna have a black walnut dumping toxins over on them, which I think
I'm sure.
we're rid of all of them.
We're in the clear,
right
yeah.
here, aren't we?
Yeah. So up here, some of this mess right here, where all those vines and stuff, and that's where we had a guinea nest down and all that. Some of that is black walnut, and so that's part of just kind of clearing it out. But plus, it's just ugly. I just don't like it,
I agree.
and I just want it to be gone.
Like, you know, you think about it, this time last year, we hadn't cleared all this right here, so you couldn't see through it. We see the blue skies now. The trees that we are seeing, all the leaves, those are technically the ones on the back side of the steer pen. And so all throughout here, we got a little better visibility. There's a creeper in the woods. You see him? Mm-hmm. Mr. Kit Kat. I'm surprised Bruno's not on to him yet. Oh, Bruno's down there with the birds. Hey, you hear that? It's a lot of guineas in one area, and they are concerned about Bruno's presence. Wanna go see if there's a nest?
Sure.
That's definitely guinea nest talk, especially that one that's really hacked off at Bruno. Where's the nest, guys? Boy, I don't really want to go down in that, but where is it, Guinea? Come here. You're not going to draw us off it. I know what you're doing. Where's the nest, B-Man? Is there a nest in there, Bruno?
Look at that tail.
It's a working tail. I think he knows what we're talking about. I really want him to be our nest hunter. All right, well, so far no nest over there, but the way he's talking, yeah, I really do think they're either considering it over here or there may still be one, but to walk down in that right there, we got to have all our anti-tick stuff.
Not prepared for that right now.
Yeah, we'll let Bruno do it and then we'll just pick the ticks off him later. Man, it is a gorgeous day. The wind is not moving, which usually tempts us to build a fire.
I would like to build a fire.
Fires, mowing, maintenance day, maintenance Monday.
Maintenance Monday.
Play a little catch up from the weekend and get right back to things, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys, well, I don't know if you can hear all the tree birds out here, as Shannon calls them, but they are singing to us as much as our guineas are. We're never gonna live that down.
It's okay.
I like it. We actually call them tree birds amongst ourselves in conversation. I'm like, hey baby, your tree birds are really talking today. And we don't laugh at that, we're serious. Yeah, it's great.
They're pretty.
Well, this is spring right here.
It's just beautiful out here.
It really is.
It's just so much to take in, but it's just so pretty.
Yeah, and I can think back to when it was like 11 degrees and 30-mile-an-hour winds and you're like frigid and you can't do anything.
No
and now you're
green
just like,
whatsoever.
Yeah, our souls are happy. Well, guys, again, we're so grateful for all of you, not just those of you who came to the meetup. I know so many of you wanted to, you've let us know, and you're a little too far away for that, and I get that. It doesn't make you any less special.
But some people are excited that it could be an annual thing and are already planning for next year. So just throwing that out there.
We better stay on top of it and make it happen, or at least some fashion of that.
In some sense, yeah.
Although I like what Tyler and Cheyenne are doing out there, and they've got big plans and dreams, so I really want to keep up with that and see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Plus we get our feed from them, so that works out. So guys, we really truly do love and appreciate you. We mean it when we say thank you for coming along on this journey with us. We wouldn't do it without you, at least not on camera. And as always, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.